feel bad for people. Like,
some be having no jeans in the house, man.
what?
Yo, you wear jeans in the crib? I'm like,
Oh, man, what are you visiting?
yo, I having on jeans with his shirt tucked in.
No.
Son. In the
Son.
crib.
Speaking of shirt tucked in,
Yeah.
your man
Ooh.
showed me some clips that keep your shirt tucked in into your pants. They clip onto your sock. They go all the way up the side of your leg, and then you clip them on.
Who showed you this?
Who else?
I don't want to hear that.
Son, he showed me some clips that clip onto your sock. They go all the way up the side of your leg and clip onto. He's like, yeah, you gotta keep your shirt tucked in and don't give me a muffin top.
A muffin top? What if we fucking 90s?
Son.
No bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
We gotta start this off. Whew. I am really, really tired.
I hate him.
I'm really, really like,
I hate him.
bruh.
I hate him.
I don't know. There's nothing we can even do. Like, you can't stop people from leaving. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, Nori talked about doing some type of union and getting some health plans for rappers. We got to do something, man. Make sure, check on our peoples, man.
Yeah, man.
Culture is crazy.
People don't realize how expensive healthcare is.
For real.
Yeah, for real.
Yo, Shop Stimuli.
Boy, Brown.
We are No Bars Off. Shout out to everybody listening on the audio podcast along with the video.
True.
We gotta make sure we stay up to date with the audio joints. But I know some people are tapping in with us that can't watch the video.
All the way in like Germany and Australia.
Yeah, lots of different
bro.
Shout out to everybody in London.
That's crazy.
Out in the mother continent,
Yes,
listening to us, checking us out. And everybody on YouTube subscribing. No Bars Off. We praise hip hop lyrics. Line by line, breakdown, salute, showing love to artists that go in with the pen. So all your favorite verses that you have to hit rewind on, that you go with your friends and y'all talk about, and y'all say, who spit the illest on this and this and that. Like, we the place for that. So send us suggestions and we're going to talk about them.
Make sure you catch us on DETV Tuesdays at
9 p.m. Shout out to Delaware State alum, yo.
Yes, sir, man. DSU.
And one of the verses that we had in our playlist that we talked about.
That's what's so crazy about it.
Yeah, that we talked about recently.
Very recently.
Was this joint that we talking about today. Crazy. And one of the greatest hip hop groups, trendsetters.
Man.
Like, undeniable.
It's not even a question.
Like, I don't think.
It's not even a question.
I don't think there's a hip hop fan alive that ever disputes how great
their impact
De La Soul is.
Man.
Like, it's no, because if you heard 3 Feet High and Rising,
listen,
in what was it, 88?
3 is the magic number. I'm getting chilled right now just talking about it. Like, 3 is the magic number. I remember them filming Say No Go in Coney Island. Like, I remember being down there seeing Trugoy and Paz hanging out by the Polar, just vibing with people while they were shooting. Man.
I remember opening up that cassette deck insert.
Yeah.
And the comic and the game show.
Man.
The nicknames and everything. I'm like, Paz the
New, like Sound, like yogurt. Man.
The skits and the creativeness and how many tracks. I was like, 24 tracks. Like, I was with 10 songs back then.
Back then, yeah.
Like, it was
maybe 12.
It was a journey,
man. And
my young mind I couldn't even process it. I was like, yo, how did they come up with this stuff? Like,
unbelievable.
How? And then you had the nerve to be with a native tongue with this collective.
That conglomerate is so. I want to say if it's underappreciated or if it's not celebrated as much as it should be.
I mean,
because that native tongue collection of talent was insane.
It was everything. It's what is missing today.
Man,
it was
unbelievable.
We almost, I don't even know, man. I just feel like, but like I said, we were talking about this joint. I don't know if we called each other like, yo.
Yeah, I think you said it to me.
Yeah,
I
sent the video. I was like, yo, this speaks to, like, this resonates today.
Yeah.
And we was like, yo, their music is coming to streaming platforms in March.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that'd be perfect.
Crazy.
And here we are.
And then for him to not even see that.
Of Trugoy. And, man, we do this show for our fulfillment, for the fans that love lyrics, but also for the artists.
Yeah.
Like, we would love for an artist, whether a classic person or brand new, to see guys celebrate line for line their words. It's different.
It's a big difference
from an interview where you know, just interviewing a person about their life, or a podcast where you just bigging somebody up. Like, no, we don't, like, your craft,
man.
We saluting your craft
and the detail and the attention that you pay to it.
Right.
Because I'm sure you don't write these things and you don't pay this level of attention to the things that you write down and not want to be celebrated for it. Whether it be by award, whether it be by fans, whatever it is, but to have people, but not only to write it and to have people that can break it down and understand it and make it, and not to say that we're, you know, above anybody, but just to be able to make it simple for, you know, stuff that people may have missed.
Yeah.
And then you get to view it in a different light.
And for the people we've actually got to interview, Rapper Pool, Mickey Fact, you know, Sky, Willie the Kid, like, that's just, it's just another level to be able to salute somebody.
Absolutely.
And have them tell us what they meant and what these lines meant to them. Like, man, we love what we do. But yeah, this song, I don't even know which verse we can, like, we had the one verse, which is a really short verse from Trugoy that we love. But the song encompasses so much
it does.
That was going on in 96, that's going on in 2023. So
craziness.
We just gonna ride out for a little.
You know the stakes is high. The instamatic focal point bringing damage to your burrow. Be some brothers from the east with the beats that be thorough. Got the solar gravitation, so I'm bound to pull it. I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets. Gun control means using both hands in my land. Where it's all about the cautious living. Migrating to a higher form of consequence. Compliments of struggling that shouldn't be notable. Man, every word I say should be a hip-hop quote.
I'm sick of shaking asses. I'm sick of talking about blood. Sick of Versace glasses. Sick of slang. Sick of half-ass award shows. Sick of name brand clothes. Sick of R&B. Trap, cocaine and crack. Which brings sickness to black. Sick of swole head rappers with they sickening raps. Claps and gaps. Making the whole sick world collapse. The facts are getting sicker. Even sicker perhaps. I stick a push to make a bundle to escape with some maps.
Man, life can get all up in your ass, baby. You better work it out. Now let me tell you what it's all about. A skin not considered equal. A meteor has more right than my people who be wasting time screaming who they've hated. That's why the native tongues has officially been reinstated.
Oh, man, I was thinking about the video. Q-Tip showed up right then. I was like, ah!
Jesus.
Just felt it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
Because at that time, 96, the world was kind of changing.
Yeah.
You know, Puff and Jay, and it was a different era.
It was a different era.
Kind of slowly, you know, seeping in where success was being shown in the hip hop community. And it was almost like creating this division between us where if you were saying something positive, it was, you were looked at like, you dropping knowledge. I don't want to hear no knowledge. Like, instead of us all just coming together and we didn't want to pick a side, man. We was like, yo, we can
coexist.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You can speak peace, you can speak dope, you can still, you know what I'm saying, pop bottles and live your life, whatever. But unfortunately, they were speaking to that in those times. So, man.
It's wild that it's still so relevant today.
Yeah.
And that for this to be 23 years, 25, 27 years ago, this is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, to say that the instamatic focal point bringing damage to your borough, like to even use the word instamatic,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like talking about that point and click photography,
man,
brings damage to your borough. Even just the prefix Insta,
right?
In 96,
and now you got Instagram. Where it's about pictures,
which can bring damage to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
And this beat, Jesus Christ.
Beat is nuts.
I don't even know what to say. Like this music, I I rapped over a version of this sample
Right.
because I love this beat so much that I had to do a joint called "Live Like I'm Dying."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gun Control. I mean, first of all, he said got the solar gravitation, so I'm down
Bound
to
to pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets.
Wow. Yeah, that,
Man.
to say the solar gravitation and I'm down.
Yeah,
to
I'm
pull
down to pull it.
It's a really dope line.
Man.
Use gravitation to say I get down.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's saying I get down with, violence or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like brothers are found that get down ducking from bullets.
bullets.
And then goes gun control means using
Both hands in my land. Ooh.
So you could take that as
Man.
You could take that as gun control, which should be keeping guns off the street.
Mm-hmm.
Gun control in terms of using two hands like this,
Mhm.
holding the gun with two hands, or using two hands to
Okay.
throw your hands.
Yeah, because the typical shooter
Yeah.
thinks it's cool to shoot with
Right,
one hand.
right.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. When it's all about the cautious living.
Mm-hmm.
Migrating to a higher form of
Consequence. Compliments.
of struggling that
Shouldn't be notable.
Those lines right there.
Man.
Because you think
Compliments
about
of struggling
a higher
shouldn't
form
be
of
notable.
consciousness. When he
Right.
says a higher form of consciousness,
Consequence.
which is the happenstance of things that go down.
Right.
The
Man.
result of living in a place where there's like cautious living,
Right.
where the stakes are high.
But it's a higher form of consequence because of where you're living. Like it's complements of the struggle. Like
Yeah.
the high form of consequence is like you never know what could happen at any minute.
Wow.
And like it's complements of the struggle that shouldn't be notable.
If you think about rap music, though,
Man.
a lot of it is talking about the struggle.
Absolutely.
And he's saying that the compliments of struggling, it shouldn't even be notable.
Like that shouldn't be something that's all we talk about.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't
Shouldn't be a bad
because it shouldn't
part.
exist.
Right.
It shouldn't exist.
And then he said every word I say should be hip hop quotable. Hip hop quotable
Man.
was that feature in the source that you wanted, that verse of the
Man,
month.
everybody wanted that.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted it.
So he's saying everything I say.
Crazy.
And then we get to the verse that made me send you that clip
Mhm.
that day. It was like, yo, I
Yeah.
listened to this. I'm like, man, this is crazy that now he's sick.
Present.
He was feeling like he's sick of shaking ashes, sick of talking about blunt, sick of Versace glasses, sick of slang,
Sick of half-ass award shows, sick of name brand clothes. Yo,
Yeah.
crazy.
And this is an afro where you use that same beginning
Mm-hmm.
part using the sick of. Shout to Pendulum Inc. for the poetic term
For the
Shout
knowledge.
man. Rob over at Rap Seminar, but you think about what we experience today is a lot of shaking asses on
That's it.
Instagram.
That's it.
A lot of talking about what you do, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
the drug of choice.
It was blunts back then. Now it's lean,
Back then it was
whatever
blunts,
it was.
and people used it as marketing.
Mhm, absolutely.
It was just It
Absolutely.
wasn't just like, yo, this is something I do. It was like, nah, we're gonna put it on the video, we're gonna have songs about it.
Get a check cut for it too.
Yeah, we're gonna dedicate a lot to it. So it became something that was like oversaturated. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Along with the Versace glasses, which was probably a shot at the biggies
The
of the
biggest
world,
of the
at
world
that
back
time.
then. Mm-hmm.
And then to say I'm sick of slang, sick of half-ass award shows.
Right.
And you think about if you ever been to the BET Hip Hop Awards and
Jesus.
watch them,
Jesus.
it'd be like 4 awards given out. So that's something that
BET Awards are terrible.
that speaks to right now. Name brand clothes.
Yeah. It's not as well. It is. I was about to say it's not as heavy as it used to be, but it is.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's probably heavier.
It's so heavy that like we think about Moschino, Versace, and whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was back then.
But back then, it was still Gucci, Louis, Fendi.
Yeah, that still existed.
And to this day, we'll see people with the Balmain
and Mary's and Montclairs
and they, you'll go up to a radio station and just have on a shirt that just says Balmain or whatever.
$7,000.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not the old man of the bar. I swear, I'm not hating on it. I just think it's very interesting.
It is.
That these brands could never, ever care about you.
Ever.
Like the Gucci's, Fendi's, like they don't want you. They don't need your dollar.
They don't want it.
They don't want it. They don't need it. You're not the bulk of how they get their bread.
Absolutely not.
So when you decide that I'm gonna wear this, and I'm gonna be this walking ad,
right,
and go hard with it. It's funny.
That's
funny.
It is. To me,
it's funny. I just feel like it's hilarious. Like, who am I? I don't know. I don't know. So back then, it was rap tracks that people were trying to cross over. So they would go
get an R&B
chick on it. And of course, a lot of drug talk, so cocaine and crack, which brings sickness to lives. And sick of swole head
rappers with their sickening raps. But then keeps it going with the clappers and gats, making the whole sick world collapse. Like, oof.
The facts are getting sicker, even sicker perhaps. A stick of bush to make a bundle to
escape the synapse. Oof. Like it's on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He had raps collapse, perhaps synapse. Like just the whole verse, just the synergy of it. In the video,
the video. He's in the laundry man, just doing regular stuff. Like I'm an everyday guy. I'm doing my laundry.
So symbolic and so beautiful.
It was poetic.
Yeah,
it was
dope, man. I'm just thinking about the essence of this music and the impact that these guys had on my life personally.
Tell me about it, man.
Just being themselves.
I felt like it was okay.
Yeah, it was songs like Say No Go and that second album. The way they approached that second album, where they felt like they had a point to prove that that they weren't punks, and just oodles of O's. Man, Biddy's in the BK lounge. Like, where did you get the inspiration for this stuff, man?
But when the craft is more important than the picture, that's how you get that.
You're right.
Like when an artist takes the craft and makes that the focal point, as opposed to the picture that they're trying to make, or the picture that they're trying to create, or an illusion that they're trying to create. That's when you get that. And that's really who the Native Tongues were. Really. Like they weren't trying to be anybody that they weren't. Regular people. Like I think Q-Tip said a while back, like he was on his mother's couch when he heard Check the Rhyme on the radio the first time. So like regular people, I don't want you to think I'm somebody that I'm not. I'm not going to portray somebody that I'm not. So
that verse, man. That verse. It was more than June. I want to vibe out a little bit. Just let it rock.
What about that love? So it's about love of cars, love for funds, loving to love mad sex, loving to love guns, love for opposite, love for fame and wealth, love for the fact of no longer loving yourself, kid. We living in them days of the man-made ways where every aspect is vivid. These brothers no longer talk. Yo, these is livid. About to give it to you 24/7 on the microphone. Plug one, translating the zone. No offense to a player, but yo, I don't play. And if you take offense, you got to be that way. JD Dub, show your love. What you got to say?
I say Jesus make the niggas out of high regard. And time for it nowadays ain't hard. Investing in fantasies and not God. Welcome to reality. See, time is hard. People try to snatch the credit but can't claim the card. Showing out in videos saying they co-starred. See, like that'll make your mama cry. Better watch the way you spend it because the stakes is high.
So beautiful. Like love of cars, love of funds, loving to love mad sex, loving to love guns. It kind of just...
And it's kind of like a continuation of True Boy's verse. Like, this is all the stuff that we sick of, but now it's about, love cars, love fun, love that sex, love gut. Like
it's almost like we're not squares.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not square. Like
crazy.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
Crazy.
love for opposite, love for fame and wealth, love for the fact of no longer loving yourself. Man. And we living in the days of the man-made craze where every aspect is vivid. These songs no longer talking shit, yo.
These live it. Yeah.
And that's in this day and age right now.
Well, that's all drill rap is.
That's all drill rap is.
That's all drill
that
rap
is the embodiment of drill rap. That is, we're not just talking it, we live it. So we're gonna say it in a song, we're gonna do it, and this person's gonna die, and we kill them.
Yeah. One of us will be in jail, then somebody else will die.
Yeah, we smoking on this person's ashes, and then so it keeps going back and forth. So this is, we didn't want this life to come true.
Right.
Man. No offense to a player, but I don't play.
I don't play. And if they take offense, that's it. Got to be that way. That's how.
And like I said, this was the times where the player was more.
That was it. The Versace's and the sky's the limits and
even on the West Coast. That whole vibe was the player thing, like
crazy.
On the South, all the players played.
Yeah,
it was
Southern playalistic.
Yeah, Southern playalistic. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like this song, I don't know if it was directed at Puff, but it was like, yo, I understand that people are making figures at a high regard. But people dying for it nowadays. It ain't awesome. Rap was starting to make money.
Right.
It was like that first time we saw rappers like living a life that was like not just chains and cars. Like dudes were starting to really make millions.
Yeah.
So here we are, 96. Rappers are more successful. And then we have two of our most prominent figures die back to back, 96, 97.
Right. So, and then you think about, as far as making G's at a high regard, I think we talked about this before. You think about how far rap has come, where Kane was on the symphony talking about when it comes to money, yo, Grant's my nook. Grant, 50.
Yeah.
Then it was all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
Then it's $1 million deals, and now we talking billionaire rap. Now, you know what I mean? So the evolution of how the culture has progressed and continue to grow in terms of being, you know, a generator of income is crazy.
Yeah. And to say people try to snatch the credit but
can't claim the card.
That's crazy.
You
think about somebody taking the credit but can't pay for with the card.
Exactly.
You know, showing out videos
saying co-star.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Really, really dope joint, man.
Yeah,
you know, it's some more lines in there at the end where, you know, Trugoy talks about every man and woman acting like they shared a life with John Gotti. And around that time is when the mob nicknames were coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And
Gambino was
saying, everybody was kind of doing the video like Fast Life, where we were. Hip hop was in an interesting place, man.
It was in a what you call it? It was in a transitional stage
where we were starting to get to success, but everybody wasn't sure of the actual formula.
Right.
So it's like, do I have to project success?
Right.
Do I need to dress up like this in the videos? And that, you know, do I need to do with the Gambino thing?
Right.
Like he said, mixing crimes with life enzymes. Like we weren't sure of how to get it. And that was something that I think they were speaking to. But like you said, like every man and woman share life with John Gotti, but they ain't organized.
Right. But they ain't organized.
They ain't organized.
That's it.
So that's the difference between organized crime that the Italians were doing and what we kind of tried to emulate, but not organized.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
And the funny thing is, like, it's called The Stakes is High, you know, like they're talking, you know, all of this stuff of, you know, what the rap game does, how it, you know, portrays these images and stuff. But it's interesting, like, when the last verse, the first thing he said was, I think smiling in public is against the law.
Yeah.
Because love don't get you through life no more.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Like,
it's real crazy.
Like, people call Russell Wilson a sucker because he loved his wife. Like, I mean, yeah, maybe it's certain stuff that you don't agree with. Maybe certain stuff that you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But because he loved his wife publicly, yeah, he's a sucker. He's soft.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
And pause to say people go through pain and still don't gain. just like my main man who got others cleaning up his physical influence. His mind got congested. He got the
God blew it.
And just to think about somebody going through something that became, they say no pain, no gain, but he's like, he went through pain, still didn't gain, ended up taking his own life, and now he got others cleaning up his physical influence. And to say neighborhoods are now hoods because nobody's neighbors. This is 96, dog. It's just like
survival with animal behavior. Like, what? Yeah. Neighborhoods ain't they hoods now. That's it.
Hoods because nobody's neighbor.
You can't tell nobody kid nothing. You can't
say nothing.
You can't say nothing to nobody no more. Like, in 96.
Experiments with needles and skin connect. No wonder where we live.
It's called the projects. Project, experiment.
Needles and skin. So on the experiments, a lot of times they inject
You go back to Tuskegee. You go,
Yeah.
Man.
So, we just have to give you a couple more lines that that really really resonated. Issue closed like an elevated door, but soon reopen once we get to the next floor. Man, it's these guys were prophets, and I was really looking forward to. Well, I'm still looking forward to the catalog being on streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
But I was really thinking they was gonna do a run. You know what I'm saying? Radio
at least
stations,
that would have been so dope.
Another Drink Champs get to really talk. Like I haven't seen enough of them speaking. At this level, at this stage, at this time, where music is, where pioneers get celebrated more. It just sucks that Tribe lost one of their premier members, and now they
lost one.
But we still gonna pick them up. We still gonna show love.
Absolutely.
Had a real effect on our childhood and how we approached rap and life. And salute the True Boy for giving us a dose of what it's like to be yourself.
I was about to say, just for being authentic.
Yeah.
Just like you can't put a price on that. That's not talent. Like that's just you either are or you're not.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what the hell happened with Tommy Boy, but y'all need to get that music out there because De La Soul being more relevant in the 2000s might have changed the world. You know what I'm saying? Like they
might have changed this course that we on.
Yeah. They had so much to say. The native tongues, period. Like the youth, our youth today need something like that. You know what I'm saying? They need something like that. TVE, Dreamville might be like
that's the
closest you're gonna get, but what we have is different. Was special. So
shout out to True Boy and rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, rest in power to all the people that we lost, man. Just man, so many. It's hard to stay, but shout out to K Slade, rest in peace to Bismarck, Granddaddy IU, Hurricane
G,
Coolio. Like it's man.
The list goes on and on. Takeoff. Jesus Christ, 28 years old, man.
Hi, we're going down a rabbit hole, man. Rest in power. Yo, any suggestions? Classic, new, hit us up in the comments. That's what we here for. Catch us every Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. DETV. Shout out DSU. Shout out Delaware, PA. Yeah.
Take no balls off.
We inside.
Real spitters take no bars off. Yeah. MCs.